guys. So, questions and answers video. Sorry. It's gonna be in different series. Just because I had so many questions about the trying to conceive aspect, our history. Let's see what else. I mean, like everything. Pregnancy-wise, where our plans are after baby and stuff like that. So it's going to be in separate sections, just that way those that ask, certain trying to conceive questions will get, be able to go to that video and watch that. Those that ask, our history, they could, go to that video and see that. So the first one, the first series of it, is going to be the trying to conceive aspect. I kind of split it up a little bit different. I got a lot of trying to conceive questions, and I split it up as far as this is going to be trying to conceive, cycle we conceived, and I'll give you guys, I split it up so that it's going to be that, and then the next video will be trying to conceive, or history and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain it. I think it's, I don't know. Up here it's okay. Coming out it sounds weird, but basically it's going to be different series, and if you're confused, just let me know, because I have it written down how I'm going to be doing it. So maybe if I write it out for someone, then it'll make more sense. Alright, so we had, the most popular question that we had was, what did we do different the cycle that we conceived? And if you follow me in the beginning of this year, you've seen that January and February was pretty much just OPKs, just taking my vitamins, OPKs, and we didn't get pregnant. We finally got a new doctor in March. I talked to the doctor before a couple of times in January and then in February, and finally made an appointment with him. And he put me on Clomid. So I was put on Clomid for 3 cycles. Let's see what else. On my second cycle, he had me do an HSG, or he did an HSG on me. And he also did a semen analysis on my husband. So semen analysis he did the first cycle in March, and that came back normal for my husband. He said he did really good. I mean, his numbers were really good. So when we didn't get pregnant that month, he did the HSG. The HSG came back absolutely normal. We've seen the screen and everything, and the liquid went up through the cervix and went through the fallopian tubes and did everything that it needed to do. So there was no blockage whatsoever. We did find out that my uterus is not like T-shaped, I guess that's what they call it. That's like the majority of people have. It's more like a bowl shape on top, so it goes down like a little bit, and then here's like your uterus, like your ovaries over here and stuff like that, so it's kind of like a bowl shape. He said that usually fixes with pregnancies. He doesn't see why we wouldn't conceive with my uterus being like that. And it could have been because of the surgeries that I had before, the DNCs with my previous 3 pregnancies. Sorry, I feel like I'm out of breath. Feels like everything's pushing up now. Alright, so let's see. So yeah, it was just, what we did different. I honestly, we did OPKs. I did the baby aspirin, which I'm still on. It's something that he wanted me to be on no matter what. During trying to get pregnant and during pregnancy. The cycle that we conceived, that's just pretty much just OPKs, baby aspirin, and Clomid at the beginning of the cycle. So yeah, a lot to do with, it had a lot to do as well with faith, praying a lot. I'm a very religious person, and I pray a lot, and that I believe helped us a lot. There were times in the 7 years trying to conceive and the 3 miscarriages that we just wanted to give up, and we're just like, maybe it's not meant to be. Even now that I'm pregnant, I pray a lot as well, a lot. Every time that I feel her move or kick or have the hiccups, I, stop whatever I'm doing, and I give thanks, because, she's a blessing. She's a big blessing for us. And to wait so long, it was the hardest thing in our lives. But then again, it was one of the most, I think it was one of the greatest things of our lives too, because we won't take advantage as much, or not advantage, but like, we won't take her for granted as much, versus if I were to get pregnant, because I got pregnant, a year after being married. We weren't that mature back then. I mean, we knew we wanted a family and stuff like that, but mature-wise, and have every single thing planned out in our lives, back then we were just, newlyweds, and whatever happened, happened. Now, it was just, with her being here the way that she is now, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, we know what plans we have for her. We know what plans we have for ourselves. We know what we want to do in a year from now. We know a lot more now than we did back then. So, over those 7 years, again, just prayer, faith, not giving up, going against all odds. Like when people told us, just stop trying. It'll happen when it happens. If it doesn't happen, it's not meant to be. Did we get help, or what help did we get? We didn't do, besides like the HSG, which was the cycle before I got pregnant, and the semen analysis, which was 3 cycles before I got pregnant, and Clomid, which was the cycle that I got pregnant. Besides that stuff, we didn't do IUI, we didn't do IVF, we didn't have any like trigger shots or anything like that. We didn't have any of that. It was just praying so much. And I do want to stress to everybody, I mean, I don't know, everybody's different and people believe in different things, but prayer does work. And if you have something in your mind and you really want it, and you're really striving for it, it doesn't take that long to pray. And if it's something that you're really longing for, and if you keep up the faith, and you keep up your relationship with God and with your spouse or your significant other, if you keep that, really healthy, all things are possible. No matter what, all things are possible. So, let's see what else. What have we done in the past years of trying to conceive? Again, the prenatal vitamins. Recently was the baby aspirin. I did ovulation tests, pregnancy tests. We also did, again, the semen analysis, the Clomid. We even baby danced as much as possible. Going back to the first question though, like what we did different, I don't know if you can say it was anything different, but I mean, I really didn't stress over the ovulation test whatsoever, just because I was kind of afraid. And I don't think I ever told you guys this or said it in any of my videos, but I was terrified to get pregnant in May again. Just because my first pregnancy, I got pregnant in May, and then I miscarried in May, or I found out I was pregnant in May, miscarried in May, and that was May 24, 2005. And then last year when I got pregnant, my third pregnancy, I got pregnant. I found out I was pregnant in May, miscarried the 26th of May, and I was just terrified, just very terrified. So I really didn't stress over trying to get pregnant as much in this month, or in the month that I conceived, just because it was one of those things where it's like, oh my God, I don't know if I can go through a fourth pregnancy, a fourth loss, or anything like that. I really didn't know, but we just kind of casually just went with it. If my husband was in the mood, if I was in the mood, we went with it. If we weren't, we weren't. We didn't force it enough. But then again, looking back on my cycle, we did not prevent it, so it was just whatever. And I also had the question is, have I ever taken birth control, and what birth control have I taken before? When I was younger, when my husband and I first started dating, when I found out that we were sexually active, she made me get on Depo against my will. And I was on it for a couple cycles, 3 injections, whatever, it's every 3 months. And as soon as my husband and I knew exactly when we were going to get married and stuff like that, well, he told me, you just need to get off of it because you don't need to be on it. We're going to be married, we're going to get married, and whatever happens, it's up, it's up to God. So I stopped taking that, and it took, let's see, it took a year for it to be out of my system completely. The side effects were horrible, and I actually have a video about my Depo experience, so you guys want to go back and look at that. So yeah, and then I had another question. What ovulation test strips and pregnancy tests do I recommend? Let's see, I've used so many. I've used Answered, I've used Error-Proof Test, the EPT, I've used cheapies, internet cheapies like from earlypregnancytest.com. I've used some no-name brand, I don't remember what brand it was. I used those a year and a half ago. Dollar Tree tests, I did those. I did the little machine, the Clear Blue Easy test. I did that, and actually, it reminds me I have to throw it away. It's in storage, and it's probably ruined by now. So I did that, and the digital ones where you pee in the cup and you put in the thing and you get a smiley face, you're ovulating and stuff like that. So I did all those. Which ones do I recommend? They're all pretty much the same. There are, like, if you go online and you Google, let's see, LH levels for ovulation test, or OPK. It brings you to a website, and I can't remember the website. I think it's like pianostick.com or whatever, and it gives you a list of different ones and what their sensitivity level is. And they're all pretty much the same, give or take 0.5 ml or whatever. So it's just which one, whatever your budget, consists of. I did the cycle that I got pregnant. I used from earlypregnancytest.com. So I used them, and it was the conception pack, combo pack 3, I think it was. Whatever one you get 50 pregnancy tests and 15 ovulation. No, 50 ovulation tests and 15 pregnancy tests. So that's what I used. Alright guys, so that is my trying to conceive series, or part 1 of the questions and answers video. The next one will be on our history, and that will be done in a couple days. I have a rosary to go to in a little bit, so I am so busy today, and probably Tuesday. Tuesday is my next day off. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, please private message me, or if you're on my Facebook, message me there, and I will go through those. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later.